Alright, picture this. You're a truck driver doing your job, cruising through work like it's any other day. And then, wham! Your truck's brakes fail, the accelerator gets stuck, and before you know it, you're in a heap of trouble. Sounds like something out of a disaster movie, right? Well, for one bloke in Western Australia, this nightmare became all too real. And guess what? He walked away with a whopping $257,668.10 in compensation. Let me take you through this wild ride. So this isn't some made-up drama. This is a real case. Our guy here, let's call him the driver, was no rookie. He had experience with trucks. But on the day of the accident, he was behind the wheel of a truck he wasn't exactly familiar with. You see, he'd reported problems with the truck's accelerator sticking and brakes being dodgy before. And what did his company do about it? You guessed it, absolutely nothing. I mean, who needs brakes, right? Sigh. Fast forward to the fateful day, January 4th. He's approaching the security gate at his workplace, a building and construction materials company in Kwinana. Things go from just another day at the office to, oh no, oh no, oh no. As the accelerator jams, the brakes completely give up, and boom, he crashes. Lucky for him, he's strapped into a lap-style seatbelt, so at least there's that. Another driver rushes over to help him out, but the damage already done. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Our driver didn't just walk away with a couple of scratches. Oh no, he ended up with whiplash, pain shooting through his arm and leg, headaches, trouble sleeping, and, just to top it all off, serious psychological issues. Anxiety, depression, frustration, the works. This wasn't just a physical crash, it derailed his life. So, what's a bloke to do when he's facing chronic pain, mental health struggles, and a company that ignored his safety warnings? That's right. He files a compensation claim. Naturally, the company didn't take it lying down. They tried to pull the classic move of saying it was his fault, their argument. Maybe he didn't drain the air tanks properly, maybe he was speeding. Maybe it wasn't entirely their fault. But here's the kicker. Those mechanical issues, they were on record, reports had been made and ignored. The company tried to shrug it off like, well, that's just the way it goes. But the court, not having it. They ruled that the company was absolutely responsible for the truck's maintenance and for ensuring a safe work environment. The negligence was glaring. Let's break it down. The medical experts on the driver's side. His GP, Dr. Patel, even recommended that the poor guy should probably start looking for a new job, because clearly driving trucks wasn't working out for his health. Dr. Forbes chipped in with some history on the driver's previous back issues, but confirmed the accident made things much worse. And then we have Professor Mastaglia. He made it clear that these injuries were no joke. But it wasn't just the medical side of things. A mechanical engineer, and not just any engineer, mind you, a proper expert, testified that, yeah, the truck had issues. The throttle cable, chafed, the air tanks, full of sludge. Not exactly what you want in a vehicle you're trusting with your life. So here's where it all comes to a head. The court took one look at the situation and said, yep, this one's on you, company. They ruled that the company had a non-delegable duty of care. Basically, you can't pass off your responsibility to anyone else. And that on-site maintenance provider? Yeah, the company's still responsible for their actions too. The result? $257,668.10 in compensation for the driver. It covered everything. His medical bills, lost wages, superannuation, future medical expenses, the lot. In case you're wondering where that hefty figure comes from, here's a quick breakdown. General damages, $11,780. Lost wages, $117,763. Repayment to workers' comp insurer, $18,063. Interest on lost wages, $45,645. Superannuation loss, with interest, $12,107. Future earning capacity and super $25,000. Medical repayments, $20,484.20. And the kicker? The court threw out the company's argument that the driver was partly to blame. Nope. This one's all on them. If you've been nodding along, here's the takeaway. When something goes wrong at work, especially in a vehicle, make sure you report it. Seriously, documentation is everything. And if your employer's not listening, that's on them. When you file a claim, gather all the evidence you can. Medical records, mechanical reports, witness statements. Also, consult with someone who knows what they're doing. Expert lawyers who deal with truck accident claims? Absolute lifesavers. So, that's the story of how one driver took on a massive company and came out on top with over $250,000 in compensation. And while he might have been handed a bad truck, the justice system made sure he wasn't stuck with the bill for his injuries. But here's the twist. This isn't just some one-off fluke. Cases like these highlight the importance of worker safety and employer responsibility. The next time your employer tries to cut corners, you'll know exactly what to do.